What's up, everybody? This is Kurt H. I'm the Lazy Farmer, and back in another episode of Satisfactory. I'm not going to do the fake deep voice everybody else does, because I'm already doing a fake deep voice. Anyway, we left off, if you remember, we finished episode 2. We had built, let's see, we've got our copper plant going, making wire. We've got our plant over there making cement. We have this constructor here making biomass, which this is my intention is to get this rebuilt, and soon and I'll explain what I mean by that in just a moment. We have our plant over here. This should be making plates, yep, and we have another one over here making rods. Oh, I'm sorry, are these making rods? Yeah, these are making rods. And then we have one, and I said when we finished up on episode 2 that I was going to make another plant, and I did, and that's this one over here, and this one's making screws. Let's get that. So we're getting screws. Okay, so what we need to finish, I have it in there, is finish the current milestone, and we're going to start the milestone tier 2. Milestone 2 is what I have on my notes over there for episode 3. So we're going to finish the current milestone. We need, in order to finish it and send that freighter off, we need 300 screws. Well, that's easy enough to do. See, this is why we're having these made. So I got 311. I'll take those. We'll drop these 8 in there. Right now, we need wire too. Yeah, our personal inventory is at a premium, so I drop things off as needed. We need 300, so I'm going to take a stack of 500. Now we're going to go back to the hub, and we're going to drop these off. By the way, just got a comment, and I'll set this up when I get back to doing live streams and having people join me in Discord. If my volume is too high, please let me know in the comments. And then somebody let me know that in my past videos that the Discord volume was very low, and that's good to know. Nobody's ever said anything of all the recordings that I've done. So some people have said, and I think it's subjective, because some people have said that it's just fine, others it's too low, others it's too hot. So it comes under the heading of you can't please everybody, but I will do my best. Sorry, coffee. It's first thing in the morning here on a Friday morning for me, so let's go ahead and, oh, wrong thing. I want to go drop. First thing we're going to do is we need 300 of this copper wire. I did have another spool of 400 sitting there. I did not see that. Okay, so 300 wire, 300 screws. Hit the button. And we're now going to do, I have the notes here to do tier 2 and milestone 2. I want the chainsaw. We want to be able to make biofuel and add 3 inventory slots. All right, so
these are essential for maximizing
there it goes.
Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars.
And the it might be, it's really small for me to see, so it's very small for you guys as well. That freighter will return in approximately 2.5 minutes. So what did the current milestone give us? We'll just refresh on that. We go back to tier 1. So we got field research, we got the map, we got the MAM. We're going to build the MAM. We're going to object scanner. We got that personal storage box, so it contains 25 slots, and we got an extra 3 inventory slots. So by the time we're done today, there's our 3. We're going to end up with 6 inventory slots. Let's take a look at what we need to do to build the MAM. And there's a reason why we're going to be doing that. So we need reinforced plates. We need 5 of those. Can I build it, or do I need to go get resources? I can get 1. All right, let's make some screws and see. I'm going to need some plates too. I've only got 1 rod, so I need to make some more rods. I mean, I can run over and pick up rods. That's the whole reason we built the factories, but I want to be able to just do it right here. Let the storage containers fill up. And there's our 5 reinforced iron plates that we need. All right, so we're going to build those. All right, and then we need cable, and I got plenty of wire here to make cable. Boom. Okay, so we can now build the MAM. So we're just going to build it right here. Once again, we're kind of just randomly dropping things anywhere we can. At this point in the build, it's just to get things started. All right, so if you remember, I have, first of all, let me get my inventory. Let's sort that so I can make room. Okay, in here we have the Mercer spheres. Whoops. We have Mercer spheres. We have remains of the creatures that we've killed. We have the nuts that we found. The mushrooms that we found. Let's see, we've got Caterium that we found. Oh, that was a quick 2 minutes. All right, so these are things here that our doggos brought us. We can't make this stuff right now, but I am going to sit on it because, yeah, these actually serve a huge need. I have an option later, but it's later. Once again, I keep saying that it's options later. I will explain those later. Please bear with me. All right, so megafauna, we're going to do that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to analyze this. So we just got to do is click on here and start the research. Takes about 3 seconds.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
All right, and we got our spider or stingers. They call them stingers here. I'm just going to call them spiders. I'm going to start that research.
The remains researched belong to an organism with 8 jointed legs, similar to the legs of arachnids but with non-standard distribution and function. Because its attacks focus on stabbing prey with the ends of their legs, which resemble insectoid stingers, they have been dubbed stingers. Stinger remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration. The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
All right. Oh, and that's the sound in the background there. I don't know if you all heard that, but that's the sound of one of our generators dropping out because it ran out of power. So somebody out here has got red lights. These are green. And it's over there. It's for the cement plant. So what I want to do, before we continue our research, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab a stack of 200. And this is actually a good segue as to why I want to. My next up is going to be the Tier 2 Milestone 2. Here we go, and let's go ahead and pull the breaker. All right, so it's back online. So Tier 2 Milestone 2. Now there is something that I could do if I wanted to. I have each one of these biomass burners. I have each one of them. Excuse me. Actually, I need more over here too. I didn't realize this had dropped out. Okay. Basically connect them all into a network so that if one drops out, then the other one should pick up the load. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to rebuild the area here, and so I don't mind running around at this point. It's not efficient, but it is getting the beginning done. Now, if you wanted to, play this game the way you want. Like I say in all these games, I'm not the type of person that says, oh, you have to play this way. This is just the way I play. It's my way. It may be right, it may be wrong, but it's my way. All right, let's get some more. Got some wood in there, and there we go. Okay, so they're producing. We'll let that go. Back to the MAM. All right, so here we were doing the alien megafauna. We have one more creature that we need to basically destroy, and we'll find it. It's out there, and get that, and then we'll have 4 different life forms, megafauna, that we can create alien protein from. We do have now the bioorganic properties, so we can use some of the biomass we just put in the biomass burners, along with the alien DNA capsules. We can create these bioorganic properties. They serve a purpose. Later on, we will get what's called the sink, and we can get tickets, and we can buy extra things to build our things, make our stuff look fancy. Once again, something that's coming later. I will definitely show you that. So, but what we want to do at this point is we want to, actually, I'm going to show you something else here too. So if we go down here, we can turn the hog protein that we have and the stinger protein and the spitter protein into protein, these protein packs. So now we're combining basically three stacks into one stack, so conserving our space in inventory. And these things, I mean, you can see the tree there. Well, ground up alien remains in a neat little package used for medical purposes. So they will be used at a later time. Let's go ahead and put where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So now in the tree, one of the things we want to work on, we can take 3 of those, and actually I might do this, it's open to us now, research parent node to access. Okay, so can't get to it until we do this. Okay, so we can't do this until we get to the, well, we can unlock this and then unlock. So we can actually do that. I'm actually going to do that. I'm all over the place. Sorry, coffee's not kicking in yet. So let's go ahead and grab that protein again. I'm not thinking clearly. All right, so we're going to go megafauna, and what I want to do is I'm going to research this.
Research completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for fix-it coupons at the Awesome Sink. We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
Well, yeah, it's the only exchange rate on this planet. And there goes another power supply. But I wanted you to point out now, we only have one more to discover in order to complete this, but then it opens this tree up down here. We can now use, go get 1,000 cables or make 1,000 cables, and I can get an additional 6 inventory slots by this. And then we can also, if we wanted to, once we get into steel production, we can unlock an extra hand slot. I wanted to point out this, the rebar gun. I did get rebar from one of my doggos. So once we get the rebar gun, by that time we're able to make our own rebar. Basically it's a little handheld rail gun is what it is. And we can also, once we get our rotors going, we can make protein inhaler, which instantly restores all your health. So good to have those in your inventory as you're out exploring the world. But for right now, let's work on getting some additional inventory slots. So we need 1,000 cables. Before we do that, like I said, I heard there's one there. Let's go ahead and grab a stack. Oh, wrong one, wrong side. Or was it the right side? Oh, you know where it's coming from. I forgot. It's coming from here. I need 2 stacks. I forgot that one was being powered by the hub, which I need to get away from that, but we will. We will. Alright, so they're going again. Everything's still producing. We're just going to keep things going here. Alright, we need 1,000 cable. In order to make a cable, we're looking at 2 spools of wire to make 1 cable, So we need 2,000 spools of wire. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to take the wire that I already have and drop it in here and grab, oops, hang on, let's sort, there we go, 500, 1,000, 2,000. So imagine trying to make that from the ingots. That's why we got these little factories going. We're going to keep them going here. Alright, and what do we need? We need 100, 500 screws, 100 cable, and 100 cement. Cement's easy. So, and that's our next one. Actually, I want the inventory slots, so we're going to make, alright, I'm going to sit here and you're going to watch me make 1,000 cables. I've got some copper ingots. I need to turn that into wire too. But as you can see, we're expanding the inventory slots out. This will give us 6. And then we'll do the next tier, that'll be another 3. So we'll start to get a little more comfortable with what we can carry and pick up. And especially when we run around, and this next tier that we're going to do will actually give us the ability to create a chainsaw. And then we can start cutting down trees. So gathering up the biomass will become easier. And then I think after that, the next one is going to be base building, where we start putting, so we can start putting down platforms. And then at that point, we'll see how far we get in this hour episode. And then in the future, once we get the base building done, then we will start tearing everything back down again just to build it back up. And to build it back up in a way that's going to be try to build for future expansion. The biggest problem I had with this game, and I still have, is trying to build everything in a nice, tight, compact spot, spread out. Okay. One of the things, well, I don't want to stop this process. I'm almost halfway through it. But we can make the 1,000 cable. I understand the 1,000 cable, but that's okay. We're going to do the research. And we've got more things to research. I know where, like I said, I know where there's a Summersloop. In fact, I know where there's 2 Summersloops. When I was running around last night, after recording episode 2, I found another cave. I saw another Summersloop. So I know where approximately where 2 Summersloops are that are very near this location. This is a decent location. And I want to take a look at the map and see if we're on the edge of the known world, or if we're more inland, because there's that big area that, you know, looks like a huge canyon that we're looking out onto. And if that's the case, we may be building in a reverse order. So in other words, the first floor is going to be on the top, and we're going to go first floor, second floor, third floor, and so on, going top to bottom. It'll be a very interesting build. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I mean, and that's what I have in my head right now. But hey, my head changes its mind every once in a while, and and says, that's really not a good idea. So, and that's the thing about this game. Don't get locked in with one thing. Be prepared to make your changes. Tear it down. Put it back up again. My biggest thing is on the first playthrough on this, I was in a hurry to get to end game. Okay, don't be in that hurry. Enjoy the game. Enjoy what it has to offer. Enjoy the building aspect of it. Like I was saying before in episode 1, this is, you know, if you've ever played Minecraft and like Minecraft, this is inspired and by Minecraft. The only thing is that you're kind of, unlike Minecraft, where if you can think of it, you can build it. Yeah. Anyway, you know, this one. Let's go over here. Sorry, wrong way. We got more research to do. All right, alien megafauna. Let's get those 6 inventory. All right, look at that inventory just fill right up. We have a 6 inventory
Pocket
now.
dimension
Okay.
significantly expanded. I worked all afternoon analyzing the transdimensional confibulatory permutations of alien
We're
DNA
not into
to
steel
achieve
building
this.
yet. This one wants
We are all
5
doing
of
our part for
those
Fix-It.
DNA capsules and 500 iron beam or steel beams. We're not into steel production yet. And this one needs rotors. We're not into rotor production yet. So as far as alien megafauna, we just got to find the hatchers, and then this tree's almost done already. Alien technology, all right, well, we have immersive spheres right here.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing this song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fix-It has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
All right, so now we've got that. So here's the Summersloops. Like I said, I know where 2 of them are. One will get used for this research. SAM is something that I want to find. That is honestly critical. It becomes very, very, I think in tier 3 you end up using quite a bit of it. So we need to find some of that. All right, Caterium. We did find some Caterium. I found a lot. I found some more last night. Some more nodes that only produce a little bit. I haven't found an actual something that can be mined.
The metal has been named Caterium after Fix-It's greatest CEO, Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
Okay, according to the, oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, I need more. I need 6 more chunks of Caterium ore. So, but hopefully we can actually find one through the scanner. Nutrients. Here we go. We got the nuts that we found.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available. This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available. This mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
All right, so that's the 3. Those 3 things we can now eat, and they can restore your restore health. And so we have nutritional processor. We can unlock that as long as we have copper wire, which we're making, but we need steel pipe, and then we need the modular frames, which we are not producing. Modular frames we can produce right now, Well, not yet, but it's close. So we've got we're at a holding point here, and here's our power slug we found.
This semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
So, which now allows us to actually unlock overclocking, which is probably going to be the next thing once we find another power slug. I don't know if, do we have any more in here? No. Okay, so we need to find some more power slugs, and then there's 3 different colors, which is the age of the power slug. But they should show up now in our object scanner. We did find some quartz last night as we were running around, so once again, it was an expendable node.
The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies.
Okay, so that being said, I need to find more quartz so we can research silica, which will become needed in production, and also items that you can buy in the awesome shop. But it will also unlock the blade runners. Blade runners make you run faster, jump higher. You can jump down from higher locations and take no damage or less damage depending on how long of a fall it is, and more importantly, 6 more inventory slots. And then we can go through and then work on this side of the tree as well. And then also last night running around, we found sulfur. This one's going to be key.
This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools.
So once again, and I did find coal also, and it's actually really close. I did find coal, so we need more sulfur and coal to make black powder, which that unlocks yet another hand slot. But in order to lock that, we need to do cement encased steel beams. So we're not into steel production yet. But this is, by unlocking black powder, we do unlock the obelisk and the detonator, which then allow us to blow things up. We can use it to blow up this. Okay, and remember what I was saying, that anytime you see this kind of a formation in kind of a boulder, a dome in the side of a hill, it pretty much indicates it's something that can be removed, and you need the explosive powder, the explosive obelisk, in order to remove that. So that's our next thing. So, all right, so our research for the day is done. Let's go back, and if we look, we see we should have a bunch of other stuff unlocked in here. Biomass, alien protein. We can turn alien protein into biomass. Well, we're not going to use it for that. I would rather use it for this, for the DNA capsules. I'm going to do that right now. And once again, the reason I'm doing that is by turning them into DNA capsules, when we finally make the awesome sink, we actually get a lot of tickets, more tickets for this, by, how am I trying to phrase this? By one item as opposed to one item of anything that we can craft. It is a good thing. We got the power shard. We're able to... Now the power shard, this is when you get the slugs. Just turn them into... It says we have one. We can make one. I don't know where the power slug is. It says we can make one. Anyway, anyway, that's what the slugs are for. And the slug, when we now that we've unlocked overclocking, let me show you an example. When we unlock now we haven't unlocked overclock, but when we unlock overclocking, we have the ability to unlock that. Now this panel opens up, and those power shards that I was just showing you will actually go in here. So 10 leaves left. This is, oh, it's making, this one's making, sorry. Still not awake yet. Okay, what do we got left? So research is done. Now we need, for obstacle clearing, we need 500 screws, 100 cable. Can I make cable here? Let's go ahead and make wire here. That way it'll clear out those two inventory slots. Combine two inventory slots into one and we'll form a wire. Then the wire we'll use, and once we get to 100 cable, or 99 because I already have one. And then I was also planning out last night on the modeler. If you remember episode 2, I was showing you the modeler. I'm planning out the future build, or the starting build, to create each of the components we need in a very efficient manner. And it was telling me how many constructors, the model will tell you how many constructors you need, how many miners you need, and that's what we're making all this wire. Yeah, we just need wire. So I got the rods and the screws done, and I want to finish that before I actually show you guys that. And that's probably going to be the future episode of here at Satisfactory, is when we actually start building those factories. All right, so we need 100 wire, so I need 99. Well, I need 100. I'm looking at my inventory there. I don't have a constructor making cable right now. I'm saying wire. I'm making cable from wire. And there's 100. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop those in. And then I want to go we got a Mercer sphere. I don't need those in my inventory. I don't need these in my inventory. And at some point, you know what? I'm going to try to use those ingots up because I don't have any place to put them yet. So I do have, actually, I'm going to run over here. I think. There's 100 going. Okay, so good. Okay, so 21. Nope. So let's go into here. How are we doing over here? It's not gonna let me do it, so I'm gonna have to make ingots. So clearing out the inventory. So this won't take long here. Oh, the Caterium I can get out because I can't do anything with Caterium right now. Not until I get some more. Oh, let's do over here. So portable miners, I can already make those. Xeno Zappers, I already have one of those. But now we can make the object scanner as well. So I need 4 reinforced iron plates. right click and add that. Well, so for reinforce, let's make the object scanner, because then we can do searching. I believe we now have the ability to find reinforced iron plates. I need 4 times 6 is 24. So I need 24 iron plates. Oh, there they are. Okay, and 12 times 4, 48. Tells me how many iron plates I can make. I can make 2. I need more iron rods. Three, 4. All right, and I'll make those 4 reinforced iron plates. All right, and now we just need 50 screws. All right, let's go make that object scanner. All right, so we now have the object scanner, and we're going to take that, let's put that in the extra hand slot here. We're going to rotate through. So now I can right click. We're looking for immerser spheres. There's no immerser spheres in the area. There's a barrel nut. You can see as you spin around and look, there's a barrel nut in that direction. Pale berries, there's a pale berry over there, close by. Mushroom, there's mushrooms in that direction, and immerser spheres. So those are the ones that we've actually unlocked, and we can actually look for them then. Oh, the map too is something that we've unlocked. Oh, I'm trying to get out of that. Hang on. H and then M. So there's the map of where we are located. I believe we're not, this is the part that we've only explored. I do not believe that this is the edge of the map. I believe there's more out here, and this is just like very deep, and there might be an ocean or a bay or something right down in here. So, all right, we still have a lot more exploration. We can see the mountains and stuff over there. So, and then on the map we have that particular pillar right there, which on the map is this right here. So I think that my idea here is to build a floor going from here out that way, and then it gives us the ability then to go build up or go build down. What are you doing down there? And if I get down there, I'm not going to be able to get to you. How'd you get down there? Or why'd you get down there? So that's why I want the Blade Runners, because I wish I could pick these things up, but the Blade Runners will allow me to jump back up here. So I'm not going to go down there and check my doggo. Oh. All right, anyway, let's go get some screws. We need 500 screws. There's that. And see, there's the pail. Remember I was saying that there's a nut, a barrel nut. There it is. And so anyway, I need screws. We need 500 screws. All right, we're going to do 500 screws. I'm going to take these and drop those into there. Okay, we got 500 screws, and I need 100 cement. So we're going to go to the cement. So we're actually in really good shape here, guys. Is this cement? No, that's wire. Cement, where are you? Oh, here's cement. I went ran right past it. All right, and we're going to. I'm just going to take a stack at 125. There we go. All right. Let's go put the screws in there and get the next thing so we can make the chainsaw and start doing some clearing. Alright, so cement, screws, obstacle clearing. Alright, so obstacle
Milestone
clearing,
reached.
let's see what's
Solid
next.
biofuel created
Base
from
building
any
was going to be
biomass
next because that'll give
ensures
us our
maximum
foundations, the
efficiency of
lookout
biomass
tower. We can
burners.
actually start
To aid in
building
biofuel production, the
our
chainsaw
base.
allows for the removal of tougher wood
Parts
and coral
assembly will give us the
foliage.
assembler, then we can start
Additionally,
making the
your
rotors
pocket
and modular
dimension
frames
has
and
been
smart
inflated
plating,
to increase inventory
copper
size.
sheets. And at some point
Inspirational
too,
note. Will you be
I
the
want
fix-it
base building
employee
because
of the
then we're
month?
going to, then the next
You
level
could
after
be if you
after base
construct,
building
automate,
we'll probably
explore, and
do our
exploit by
logistics here because it will
eliminating
give
all
us
obstacles to
conveyor
efficiency.
splitters and mergers,
This
which we're
isn't
going to
just
need
fun, it's contractually
to start
mandated.
really
Fun,
building
fun,
things
fun.
up and try to be more efficient, and start actually making the things we need for the space elevator. So once again, it will change. Selected that. My whole thing will change, but I'm thinking the space elevator is probably going to be out here somewhere. With the base, with the mega factory, what's going to be the mega factory going out that way. By the way, guys, I was saying I saw a Summersloop. There's one right there in the middle. That's the one that I found, and there's the coal right there as well. So, and it looks like there's Caterium right there. So we need to get down to there so we can get the coal, so we can start making black powder. Coal will also be used once we locate water. We'll be able to use coal and water, and hopefully by that time start producing coal-fired power plants, and then we can get away from. You just lit up. Where'd you go? It literally lit up as I was running through here. Wasn't a tree. Oh. There it is. Okay. Speaking of slugs, see there's a yellow slug over there. There's a blue slug over there. Blue slug up there. This is where those blade runners, because we can once we get base building, we can build up to get that, or we can use the blade runners and jump up. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking we got water down below, but I want to see if we have it on this level here. Trying fluid, and there's the other Summersloop, by the way. There's one right there at the top of that hill. There's one over there. There's a couple of, like I said, I found another cave. But let's get back on track what I was originally going to do. We're going to start clearing out this stuff. Freighter is back. So we could actually, I think we're in a position to, we got plenty. All right. What do I want? We need 100 rods. So I'll take that. And 100 plates. Right click and just grab the 100. Oops. Saw something as I was closing out. Let me go ahead and there we go. And then we need 200 cement. And we're going to take this 25, drop it back in there. Grab that, grab a stack of 250, and we're going to go back and we're going to send this out, and then we're going to be able to get into base building. So we got about 10 more minutes left on this. So I'm going to spend that next 10 minutes building up, making the chainsaw, and automating biomass production. All right, so that one, we're going to go to logistics. We need this one. That'll be the next one that we do. We work on. That will be episode 4.
Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier
Over
to manage
here.
placement of any structure.
Bye.
In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured
so I need
that
the
memories of
chainsaw.
beloved humans and/or animals would have only been
And the
distractions from
chainsaw
your
is
important
powered
mission.
by the biomass, by what I call the Duraflame logs, the biomass logs. So what do we need? We need, let's go ahead and add that to the to-do list. So you see we're getting a combination of being able to, I'm looking here. Yeah, we'll just try to get that ingot out of there. I don't need that. I keep forgetting to put that Caterium into the chest. All right, I need 160. I need, there it is, 160 screws. $15 cable. So I need to go. Oh, I got wire for that, so I can make cable. Screws are going to go back down again. So so only because I had to make the iron plates, and I need to go get some iron plates for that and some rods. So I'll just go grab those. All right, and cable, we need that. All right, let's go grab. That was quick. That was a quick trip. Do I need, I'll grab some more screws just in case. We'll grab that stack right there. Okay. And we need I'm going to grab a stack of 200, and I need a stack of plates. Alright, and then I should be able to make reinforced iron plates. Done. Alright, let's go make our chainsaw. Alright, chainsaw is made. Now we need to make some Duraflame logs, biomass logs. So I'm going to grab a stack of 200. And you just have to have these in your inventory, because see, now I can do solid biofuel. I call them Duraflame logs. So 200 make 100 logs. That's more than, honestly, it'll last a long time with the chainsaw. And for the beginning power plant, this is critical, because we're going to start producing these with a constructor, and the constructor will then feed our actual our factories. Well, actually, I'm sorry. We'll feed the power plants, and then once the power plants should be self-maintained as long as I run around. So the chainsaw, oops, let me get the chainsaw and drop it into there. Alright, and you just got to run up. You can see now the trees are highlighting. And this will be something that I will do off recording, off camera, as I will go around and clear, but you can see that we're just going to go. I don't want to touch the pale berries. We will build around those. The idea is we want to keep those because they will become useful. Oh, there's two modes in this chainsaw too. I forgot that. So once again, you can hit R, and it's a single mode. So I will only cut down this tree as an example, leaving the tree behind it, if that's what you want to do. I pretty much run it in area mode. So this will cut down any trees that are in the area. It'll pick up any bushes. Because you got bushes, I would hit. I remember I was running around holding down the E key. Well, if I come around, say to this tree here, and cut it down, the bushes behind it also get picked up. And see, the trees around me got picked up as well. So let's see a pale berry. We'll grab that. We're not going to cut it. You can destroy it. I don't recommend them. So anyway, at least with the chainsaw, it doesn't take them out. The devs were smart to prevent that from happening. So we can start clear cutting. And this will allow us to start building our base when we actually get when we finally start building our well, actually we can start building the base now too. So run, birdie, run. Alright, anyway, enough of that. This is, ooh, pale berries. So as we build, we're not going to, I don't want to cover the pale berries. I mean, if anything, if we do cover them, they still will produce. We just need to make sure we have access to them, because we can use them later on to build those inhalers. Alright, so not a lot. Oh, I do have some. So we're going to put some in here. That's the leaf matter goes in there. And then wood will go in here. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go a little over an hour. So I want to, this one's full. So let's do, I'm just going to drop a constructor to show you what we're going to do here. I need iron plates and cables. That may actually be the next episode. Well, you know what? I don't feel like stopping. I will stop at the 2 hour mark maybe. Okay, so I need iron plates. Well, I'll do this. So let's get a constructor going. So I want constructor, there we go. E. Cables we need. I need more cable too to connect it. Alright. So I have a method to my madness on this until we can get this fixed with let's go right there with mergers and splitters. We will fix this, but I want to show you what I want to do here. Alright, so what I want to do, we'll leave this go. This is now going to make solid biofuel, which will then go into this storage container. And I want to do straight so I get that right angle turn. There we go. All right. And I think we just got to connect this to power. Hotkey number 2 to power. All right. So it's now feeding out of this full container into here to make, there we go. It's now producing Duraflame logs, or solid biofuel. And that, as our power grid starts to drop out, is what we're going to start sticking in the power grid because it lasts longer. It's a more efficient fuel. So, all right, so efficiency's coming up. Okay, good. What's next? I got a few minutes here. No, I'm right at 1 hour, right at 1 hour. So I think at this point, I'm going to stop. Let's do a little recap. We got the MAM built, did some research. We got megafauna, alien technology, deuterium, nutrients, power slugs, quartz, and sulfur research started. We were able to build the object scanner and the chainsaw. The chainsaw, I'm going to do some clear cutting. That'll be off camera. Our next tier is going to be logistics. Logistics will give us the conveyor splitter, the merger, conveyor lift, and building efficiency. I want to unlock overclocking, which is right here. So I need to go find a power slug, and we'll do that one. But I want to unlock overclocking so that way we could, overclocking at this point in the game is kind of a misnomer because we can, well, not yes and no. We can put the power cells into our factories to make them run faster. They use more electricity that way, but it also gives us a chance to downgrade them as well. So in the example of that would be if I have a miner that's producing 30 chunks of ore going into a smelter that's producing 30 ingots, but then I have a constructor that's making an item and it's making 15. So basically that's half of what I can do. So I have options. I can do 2 constructors, that way I get 30, or I can do 1 constructor, okay, and then slow the smelter down to 15. So it's only producing 15 ingots, and I can slow the miner down, producing 15 chunks of ore. And that way it's all in line. So it's 15, 15, 15. I'm getting what I need, and I'm not using as much electricity either that way. If I ramp the clock up, I'm using more electricity. If I downgrade, I'm using less. So that gives us a little more options as far as efficient power usage. So, which honestly for me doesn't really happen. Here's the rebar, and we just blew a fuse. Okay, who went down? You're green, all the way over there in the background. So let's go take a look. How much do we have in the way of... We have 95 already. So I'm going to take the 189. And I'm going to go run it over here, and you're going to see it'll last longer than the making of the screws. The other thing is, before I put any in, let me take a look and see how many screws we have. Not even close to being full yet. So, all right, let's go ahead over here, and we're going to drop this in. 1 solid biofuel uses 4 per minute, so lasts longer. So, all right, this is back online. All right, so they're going to start dropping out. So that's my job here, is I'm going to be going through. Next time you come back, all these trees should be gone, and we will be working on logistics, and we'll start building our base pad and get our logistics going and start rebuilding these factories. So, and starting by reconstructing our power plant. So let's put a note on here. Episode, finish the milestone. So this is episode 4 coming up next. So as my reminder, we're going to do episode 4 and complete milestone. So actually, complete milestone. And so let's take a look and see. Our current milestone is Tier 1, milestone 2, which will complete Tier 1, and then we'll start Tier 2, Tier 2, milestone 1. Okay, Tier 2, milestone 1 is what I want to do. So we're going to do Tier 2, milestone 1 will be the next one that we start. And then let's go ahead and start building the base. All right, so that's our to-do list for episode 4. I said episode 3. This is episode 3. This is episode 4. Okay, so episode 4, finish the milestone and start milestone Tier 2, milestone 1, and start base building. That's our goals for the next time we get together. So thanks for hanging out with me. Once again, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And also, if, like I said, if my audio is too loud, let me know. If it's not loud enough, let me know. If the game audio is not too loud, not loud enough, once again, let me know in the comments. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. Once again, my name is Kurt H. I'm the Lazy Farmer. I will catch you on the next episode.